All right, guys, time to start laying out walls, building walls. This process is like my favorite because we go from a pile of just lumber, you know, and then we're gonna actually start building something. So, Greg, why don't you just grab like 8? We'll just hump it over there.
The whole pile?
Yeah, but we got a lot of lumber to move, and unfortunately, you could do some machinery work here. Just, it's not very efficient to do that. And this ain't that bad when you got a guy like Greg. Greg.
What?
That was close.
What?
Just about lost that board.
Well, it's your fault.
See? You were like turning it on your belly.
I know, I was doing it on purpose so you can catch it.
Because you're weak.
No, because I was just testing your loyalty and your ability to hold up your end of the deal. You failed.
Okay, buddy. My bad. I'm gonna do better next time.
There won't be a next time.
Oh.
That was it. Give me a board.
So we've got a staggered joint where we're running 2 foot on center on these wall girts because we are doing sheathing. So this is gonna get 1/2 inch sheathing on it. Oh, what am I doing? Oh. And so we need to have our wall girts 2 foot on center, which means this is gonna have a ton of lumber on these walls. Okay, this time I got it so you can twist it as much as you want, buddy. I just love this part, man. Something about it. I don't know.
I don't know what's happening.
Okay, I'm gonna let Greg continue to. I'll help you.
You're gonna leave you high and dry in the middle of the
Dude,
task?
I'm going to be nailing and you're gonna be standing there watching me nail because you'll have all this laid out.
I move the post in and out. We have a system down.
All right, buddy. Oh, sorry. I know I've shared it many times, but this is not just a regular framer. So if you think about doing this for yourself, don't just go out and use a standard like framing nail gun. You're gonna wanna use actual post frame nails because of the shear strength needed. This is a jumbo nailer from Beck, and these are also Beck fasteners. This is kind of a specialized nailer, so I don't expect someone to go out and buy it, but maybe you can rent one at a rental place, potentially. They're like $1,000 gun, but for us, it's a no-brainer. We use it all the time. This right here is a 6-ply column, but they come as a factory 3-ply. We are going to add 3 more plies once the wall is stood up. Once it's anchored into our bracket, we will add plies next to it. But since we don't have those, these splices are actually lined up on the edge. So once we add 3 more plies, we'll be able to connect all these. But for the now, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take a temporary board, go back, and we're gonna screw it to the column just to give us a place to fasten everything to so that we can make sure it's all put together in the right manner. And then we'll just pull this board off when we get the wall up. Push it, well, a push is a push. A pull would be a pull. So what's a push? There you go. Okay, now a pull. You went too far. Give me a little more.
It's sliding on this board.
A little more push. Come on, come on, come on. Right there. Well, we made a decision. We're gonna try something different. And it involves not having a splice. Since we have the Magni with its extreme capability, and we still have our Kubota with our Cheyenne Teleboom, we're gonna try to lift up the entire 80-foot wall at one time. Because Greg can be in the Kubota, I can actually use the remote control on the Magni and be out guiding and making sure everything is good. We don't have to both be in the pieces of machinery. It's gonna be a little tricky. I don't know how it's gonna work. And Greg hasn't ran the skid loader with the Cheyenne Teleboom setting a wall in 3 years. When's the last time you set a wall with the Teleboom?
1993.
Okay, Greg was born in 93, so he's lying, but we got our things. We know what each other's good at, and today's Greg's data really shined.
Don't worry, I've been playing Construction Simulator, so I know exactly what I'm doing.
I know, dude. So hopefully this goes well. Wish us luck. We're gonna get this splice all connected. We're gonna get strapped up, and then we're gonna try and lift it. I think this is actually safer than the last time we did it, where we did this long wall and Greg stood underneath of it. He did have his hard hat on, but people often say, what if one of those straps broke or whatever? Like, yes, that is possible, but these are rated. This one's 7,800 pounds, okay? All of my columns, all of them don't even weigh 7,800 pounds. I think it was like maybe 4,000, it's not even a problem. The nice thing is the Magni has load sensors. So right now, take a look at this, okay? In my remote, see this little green bar? That tells me that I'm at the bottom of my load sense. Now look at this. When I go to pick this up real quickly, see that? I just picked up the load. So as I lift this wall up, the load will actually become less weight because some of the weight will then transfer to the bottom of the post. So at max extension, Greg, did you give me my hard hat?
I did.
GoPro mount and everything. Now we're gonna be safe. At max load right here, I'm only at 2 bars. So that tells me I'm plenty good. And as I boom out the Magni, it's going to go into another section of the load chart. And at that point, it will change depending on the load sense in the machine. So I can never overload this. As long as I stay out of this orange and red, I'm gonna be good. So I think Greg is ready. I need to not only boom out and over, but I also need to keep this guy here in the center. So I'm gonna kind of stand here and we'll keep an eye on each other, okay? So I need to kind of move over a little bit. I'm not gonna lie though, I am a little nervous. All right, go ahead and take the weight off it, buddy. Okay, you just keep coming up just like that. Now there's a good chance it's gonna fall off the wall.
I already did.
Okay, then let me get mine off the wall. That's the foam. You know, some people would say with all this flexing, it's gonna ruin my connections. No.
You want to pull mine off the foam?
Nah, mine's on the foam too. Mine's on the foam too. Just, let's take it up. Okay, I'm trying to stay in the center of this column as much as possible so it's a nice even pull. Keep going up, Greg.
My arm's up all the way.
Yeah, boom out. Okay, that's good. I'd rather it come off the plastic or off the, keep going up, boom up, drive in a little. Greg, go ahead and bring your arm back a little bit. Keep going. Okay, now drive in, Greg. Drive in.
I'm hitting my top.
Yes, you are. That ain't gonna work.
I can do this and I can roll back.
Yes, yes, I was just gonna say that. Yes, as you drive in, roll back. Roll back. Okay, that's okay. Drive in, Greg, and lift up. Okay. Yep, keep going in. Drive in. Go ahead and, can you lift up any more?
I can just boom out.
Boom out. Okay, now, drive in. Drive in.
Do you want me to come out there and lift you up on the wall?
No. It's just max, dude. Right there is max. So what we're gonna do is let's get yours set.
Well, I was about to say, do you want to like lift it up and get that bottom swooped up on the wall?
That's what I'm saying.
And then you can boom out.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. If I boom out, okay, that's it. That must have entered a different load. So let me try something else.
That's it for boom out. I might be able to roll back a little bit.
Yeah, you can roll back and drive forward. Okay. I want to get weight off and I want to get into the holes.
But that's what I'm saying. If you can be back off in that zone and lift up, and then we can swing that bottom out and drop it down and then tilt it in.
I see what you're saying. Okay, that might work.
So you don't need to boom out. You just need to lift up so you get close to the wall so we can get that bottom on.
Okay, okay, okay.
There we go. A little more if you can.
Well, hey, don't push too hard. We got this thing called a machine, man. Okay, can you get yours in? Man, Greg is, okay, is that one tight? It'll stay there though. It'll stay in. Go ahead and go to the next one. So what we're doing is we're kind of cheating the system. We're staying in the zone because remember, as this arm of this telehandler goes up, there's like these load paths like this. So the further we go out, the less weight it allows us to do. So by booming, we stayed in the load path that we could be in, and then we lifted it up and we're just putting our bottoms in, because hopefully when we take the weight off and kind of boom out, the weight will be on the wall, not on the boom, and we should be able to make it work. All right, you're in it. That's all that matters. Ooh, we might be at max. I don't know. I don't know what we're at. Oh, Greg, we might be at max. Now, let me think about this. If I boom up and down at the same time, so if I go out.
You can't do up and down at the same time.
No, I meant my.
Oh, tilt down?
Yes.
I don't know if that'll get you much.
I don't know if this is gonna work. Here's the thing. This is like the missile-guided rocket system. It knows where it is at all times. So I don't know if I can fake it. I would be better off higher because I stay in that load path. It's when I go outwards. So even if I boom down to get a longer stick, it actually doesn't help me. So this is the nice thing about having the remote is, so we don't have this thing just running, I can just go ahead and turn it off until we're ready to use it again. We're gonna have to do a little bit of, I think, creative work. And we're gonna start down here on Greg's end, and we're gonna go as far as we can until we have to. And if worst case, we can always move the skid loader down. The reason we did this, guys, is because it saved us a ton of time and complication splicing that tall wall and getting all those joints tight again, because it's doable, but it is a lot of work. So this was a good option to try. Was it perfect? No, but we learned something. What if I roll it up and go down?
Might work.
I don't want to go too high. I think
I'll start to push it.
All right, so as you can see way down there, that's as far as we could get the Magni to go out before the load sensor error warning went off. That's for our safety, even though I guarantee we could have done what we needed to do and gone out another couple feet. So what we're gonna do is, where Greg ran this Kubota in, these 3 columns, we're gonna get them locked in, plumbed up, and then we can undo the Kubota. I swear, I think those kids are okay. If you guys can hear those kids, they're just in a yard over there playing and they're making some noises. I don't think anybody's dying yet, so sorry about that. We're gonna be able to move it down there, and the Kubota will assist the Magni in getting it plumb. I think it was still better than doing a slice, don't you think?
Yep.
I
think it was cool. I think we've never
done it before.
Never done it before.
Yeah. Take the weight off. Now drive forward. Drive forward. Keep going. Keep going. You got it, Greg. Drive forward. I'm just gonna keep the slack. You drive forward. Yeah. You're good. Yep. I mean, if you think about it, Greg, that was the longest wall we've ever done.
That is true.
The longest wall ever in one pick.
On your build, too.
And it was on my own build.
A lot of firsts going on here.
Wait, what's the other? That was really only 2.
Well, just like the overall design, and then like the...
Oh, okay. The most important thing for me is once we get the wall up and it's locked in and bolted in, looking down a girt row, it tells me the story on whether or not I did a good job on getting these elevation marks correct, transferring them to my post correctly, putting the right post in the right spot, all those things to get to a point where when you look down this girt row, it's like laser straight for 80 feet in elevation. It might be doing this yet because we haven't straightened everything perfectly, but that's how I know I didn't make any mistakes on a wall, is when I can look down the girt row and it's straight. All right, we got this wall stood up, and like it seems has become the norm, we're not getting as much done as we would normally on another job site because it's my project and I don't feel the pressure to work fast, I feel more the desire to really enjoy it, soak it in, and think through anything that maybe I want to do or change or try new, because we have the opportunity to do that. Things like running 2 machines to lift up an 80-foot wall. I wouldn't do that on probably a client job because there's unknowns and I just need to stay on a schedule and also do things to the best of my known ability. So we only got 1 wall up today. It's already about the end of the day. I'm not really mad about it. Do I want to see all the walls up? Yes, but also this is my favorite part of the job. So what we're going to do now that we have this wall up, we're going to build some A-frames because we don't have any corners that we're going to be coming off of that give a lot of strength. And this is a tall wall. I mean, those columns are 23 and a half feet up there. There's a gird every 2 feet. There's more material for a windstorm to catch. So we're gonna go ahead and put up an A-frame, which is basically just 3 sets of 2x in the shape of an A, and it helps lock in the wall from any wind. All right, Saturday morning, guys, and I don't typically work on Saturday morning. However, I will make an exception when it's my own building. So we got these walls done on Friday, and what I'm going to do is try to work on this 45-foot end wall. I'm gonna get it framed, and I'm going to stand it all by myself with the Magni. This is another proving point for me on why this machine is valuable and trying to justify to myself that it's worth purchasing. If I can do this wall myself, man, it's not that I don't need Greg, it's that it reduces potentially the number of people needed to do a task, in essence, increasing productivity. Let's go ahead and let's build this wall and let's try to stand it by ourselves with the Magni. I just got this Osmo Pocket 3. That's what we're looking at right now. So the audio's probably changed a little bit because I don't have my audio hooked up. This is just the audio from the camera. And if I can show you this, I don't know if this is gonna come through. So it might be trying to move, but that is my phone that I can see what you guys are seeing, and I have it on a face tracking. Look at that. Now I understand probably the quality's not as good, but that camera just moves around exactly where I'm at. So let's go ahead and let's go set this wall up. There ain't no way this thing is working, is it? That is absolutely incredible. All right, wall built. That wasn't too bad, but good Lord, for a November day where I was freezing my butt off when we started doing brackets on this job, it was snowing. It is hot. I'm actually sweaty. I mean, you can kind of tell. It's kind of gross. I'm gonna get the Magni started up. We'll get this attached and we'll try and stand it, see how it goes. There we go. See, I think we're gonna have to come back. There we go. I'm just watching that wall over there, there we go. Okay. There we go. So now we're just gonna take the weight of it. We still only got 2 green bars. Okay, well, we almost got all the weight. There we go. Let's move it into place. Come on, get in there. I'm gonna need the sledgehammer. Dude, that was insane, man. That Magni is awesome. Do I wish Greg was here? 100%. That would have been easier. He could have helped me get those into the brackets, but it was doable. Like, I could never do that without the Magni and without that remote control. This just is a game changer, dude. This allows me to do some work without Greg, which means multiple tasks can be done if need be with this machine. You don't need two guys. The machine is basically its own man with that remote, because now the guy out here in the field, out of the machinery, doing the placement or the work, he can have the remote, take it nice and easy. The thing is super smooth. Oh, look at that wall. That sucker is 18'6" to the bottom of that truss right there. It's gonna be a tall wall. You gotta have something like this on these tall walls, because, I mean, they're almost, not quite, but almost twice as long as this plate level. At a 12-foot plate level, imagine if it was a 4-foot plate level. I would be only able to determine plumb in a 4-foot section. So I'm trying to get as tall as possible so that I can be as close to plumb from the bottom to where the trusses are. In the middle of the wall, there can be a little bit of, you know, warping in a column. I mean, it's wood, it's not gonna be, it's not steel, it's not perfectly straight. Even steel's not perfectly straight, but the goal is top and bottom, plumb, straight. What happens in the middle, it all comes out in the wash and you don't see it, but you can't have a leaning building. Like, it has to be plumb. It's good enough, man. Just a little bit of movement sends this thing, because it's so sensitive. That means I'm good. Just double check, make sure it didn't move on me. Yeah, money. All right, now that we got that wall secured, bolted in, I'm gonna go ahead and do the corner column once again. So easy with the Magni. I'm not just gonna give up talking about it. Well, you guys, I would say that a day by myself with just me and the Magni was quite a success. We got the wall up here, which you can see, and I got that corner over there done as well. I think I talked my son into maybe making a little bit extra money, and tomorrow on Sunday I might put in another overtime day here and work on this other wall set, because Monday we're gonna actually go visit the truss plant where our trusses are getting made. We're gonna see that process, see our trusses. I think they got a couple left to make Monday morning, and then they're gonna be getting delivered. So I gotta get these walls up so that we can get onto trusses. My favorite day, and this building alone is going to be the most crazy truss install on a post frame we've ever done. So definitely, if that sounds like something you're interested in, stay tuned, hit that subscribe button down here, and follow along on this build series. It's gonna be crazy. I can't believe how big these walls are. I mean, we haven't done many walls over 18 foot, so it's gonna be pretty awesome. And this is not even the tallest wall. We've got a taller wall on the other end. Let's go ahead and wrap this video up. We'll do probably one more video wall framing, and then it will be on to trusses. So thanks a lot. Hit that thumbs up if you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Greg, I still miss you, and I can't wait till you come back on Monday. But for a Saturday, for me to be able to do that myself, that is awesome.